Sounds good. You want us to mute?
Hi, so good afternoon, everyone. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but I think we're all set to start the webinar. I don't want to keep you longer than I had anticipated, so I'm going to go ahead and start the webinar. And if people come, I will let them in as they get here. But my name is Liz Hart, and I'm the founder and executive director of Tailored for Success. And I am really happy to be presenting this webinar today because ChatGPT is right now, I think, the talk of the internet. And what I'm going to do today is give you a brief overview, but just let me tell you a little bit about Tailored for Success in case you don't know. These are our programs and services. We are most often thought of for our career closet for men and for women. And thanks to a wonderful partnership we have with the Mass Hire Metro North Career Center in Woburn, Cambridge, and Chelsea, we have a career closet in Woburn, and we will be soon opening one in Cambridge. We also have professional development workshops, of which this one is part of our Reimagine Your Career workshops. And we have our Boots to Suits Veterans Transition Program. And I've got on the screen here many ways that you can stay connected with us. So I hope that you do. I'm going to try to do a live chat GPT at the end. So I wanted to put this up now so that you get the information. So just a little bit of housekeeping as we start. I will not be sending the slides, but I will be posting this workshop presentation on our YouTube channel, so you can see it there. So I ask that you be intentional and present and take notes during the workshop so that you can get the most out of it. This is really important time together, and I will leave time at the end of the workshop for questions. But feel free to use the chat if you want to just put your question in there so that you don't forget it for later on. Okay, so before I get into the agenda, I just wanted to just make an obvious point that job interviews are stressful. And if you agree, put yes in the chat. If you don't, then send me an email, because if you figured out how not to be stressed on an interview, I'd love to know how. But if you're preparing for a job interview, you are likely researching the company. You're trying to anticipate what questions you might be asked, and you're trying to figure out what you should wear. This whole process can take a lot of time and a lot of effort. That's why you may want to consider using artificial intelligence to help. And I know there's been a lot of talk about artificial intelligence, and ChatGPT is artificial intelligence that can help you prepare for your interview. It can help you prep. It can help you research a specific company. It can help you customize your cover letter and answer simple follow-up questions or create follow-up questions. And it can even help you by running a mock interview. There's a quote I heard that if you are not using ChatGPT for your job search, you're going to be left behind. Why is that? Because opportunities come so quickly that you have to be ready. So you can no longer take days or hours to apply or research an opportunity. So as a job seeker, you really have to have all the tools at your disposal to apply for something very, very quickly. Because what can happen is another job seeker can apply for the opportunity before you, and you don't want that to happen. Now, I will give you a caveat to using ChatGPT. It is not perfect. You do have to do some editing depending on the different prompts that you put in, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But suffice it just to say that depending on the prompts, you will get specific answers or better answers or more information. So the information from ChatGPT is only as good as your prompts, basically. And so what I'm going to cover today is really just a basic overview of what ChatGPT is and what it can do to help you in your job search. Each of the topics that I will discuss could be a workshop in and of itself, but I wanted to make sure that at least for this one, I give you a basic overview. So, and I may end up doing a more in-depth webinar on each of these later on. I'll just see about the interest in trying to keep up with all the changes, because it is quite difficult. So this is today's focus. What is ChatGPT and how it can help you? Secondly, we'll get into how specifically ChatGPT can help with your job search strategy. And if you don't have a job search strategy, how it can help you build one, I think is really important. Next, we'll touch briefly on how ChatGPT can help you with your resume and cover letter. And then I'll talk about how ChatGPT can help you prepare for your interview. And also lastly, help you make your LinkedIn profile better. And I'll have a few bonus tips at the end. So please stay to the end so you get those tips. So first things first, what is ChatGPT? Now, you can't talk about ChatGPT without mentioning the technical stuff. I am not a techie by any stretch of the imagination. So hopefully I will not lose you when I start to talk about that. But in the most simplest terms, ChatGPT is artificial intelligence. It's a chatbot. And it uses natural language to communicate answers back to you. So it's not a human, it's artificial intelligence, and it's only as smart as the information it gets. But the information it gets has been culled from many different searches. I think it's also important to note here that ChatGPT, at least the free version, which is what I use right now, there's a free version and a paid version. The free version does not go out to the internet. So all the answers are based on prior information put in by other users. So you need to keep that in mind. ChatGPT is just as good as the information that's put into it. In the old days, we used to say garbage in, garbage out. That's exactly what this is. But I have used it in many different scenarios. And after checking the information that I get, it's pretty accurate. And what I love about it is that, especially when I have to do writing, it helps me avoid that staring at the blank screen and trying to come up with an idea. So the technical part of it is that ChatGPT is AI language, artificial intelligence. It's a model developed by OpenAI. It's part of GPT, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer Series, specifically based on the GPT 3.5 architecture. It's designed to engage in conversational interactions with users, provide responses, and generating text based on the input that it receives. So again, garbage in, garbage out. It's been trained on a diverse range of internet text, allowing it to understand and generate human-like responses across various topics. However, like I said earlier, it's important to note that ChatGPT is a machine learning language model. It does not possess true understanding or consciousness. Its responses are generated based on patterns and information learned during training. So basically, you're training it to give you accurate answers, if that makes sense. It's a computer program that can have conversations with you. It's really good at understanding what you say, giving responses that sound like a human wrote them, and it has been trained on lots of texts that have been gathered from the internet, from other people, so it knows a lot about different topics, which is a little confusing because earlier I did say it's not attached directly to the internet in the free version, but in the paid version it is. So you can ask ChatGPT questions, you can chat with it, get help, get suggestions, and know that even though it feels like you're talking to a real person, it's just a computer program. So I've got a quote here that according to the New York Times, ChatGPT is the best AI chatbot ever released. And basically what a chatbot is that if you've ever gone to a website and you immediately get a pop-up that says, what can I help you with today? That's a chatbot. So ChatGPT is based on that. So a question that I get often is, well, what's the difference between ChatGPT and Google? Well, ChatGPT uses artificial intelligence to understand and generate human-like language and dialogue, versus Google, which is just a search engine that then you have to look at the search results and analyze the relevance to the question that you ask. ChatGPT takes that away from you or helps you with that because it will do the analyzing for you, which is very, very helpful. And so, like I mentioned earlier, there are many, many uses for ChatGPT, answering questions. I use it a lot for creative writing, practicing different languages, research. I've even seen a demonstration where it can do mathematical problems, which is really good for me. I have an 11-year-old at home that's taking algebra and I can't remember how to do it. So I can just say, give me a second and I'll go through ChatGPT and figure out how to do it. But just to know that it's not just for job searching, it's for many other things too. So another reason why you should be using this as a tool, and again, it's just a tool that is in your toolbox. According to Forbes and resumebuilder.com, they looked at 1,000 job seekers. 46% were using ChatGPT. 69% got more interviews using ChatGPT, and 59% received job offers. Now, another caveat, I have also seen discussions on the fact that interviewers can tell when you use ChatGPT. I think you have to be very savvy to be able to do that, first of all. But you can't just use the answers that ChatGPT gives you. You have to edit it so that it sounds more like you. And one little tip that I will give you is that when I'm using it so that I can make the language sound more like me, I will take the answers that ChatGPT gives me. So if I have it revise a paragraph for me, I will take the paragraph that it has revised, and then I'll also put it into Grammarly.com so that it'll sound more like me. So sometimes there is a lot of editing, but that's also good because you don't want to get too reliant on ChatGPT either. So, and again, if you're not using it for your job search, you'll be left behind because, this is one of the things that I think is a shift in job seeking that hasn't come along in a long time since maybe online job applications. So you want to stay up on it because people are going to be using it. So when you're talking about using it for your job search strategy, hopefully you have one, but if you don't, you want to let it work for you. If you're looking at a typical job search strategy, it goes into many different areas. I did a quote Google search on job search strategies, and I got the top 5, the top 4, top 20. Here are just 10 that I picked out myself from my Google search. These are 10 different strategies that you can use in a job search, whether it's self-assessment, researching companies, working on your online presence, doing networking, and so forth. Well, each of these are going to take time, and ChatGPT can help you with each of these different steps. ChatGPT can help you with it so that you can do each step faster than you could have done it before, basically. And one of the advantages is that ChatGPT is available 24/7. And so you get assistance when you need it. I love the partnership that I have with Mass Hire and the job coaches there, and they do a great job. But, at 11 o'clock at night and you see a job opportunity and you want to revise your resume so that you can apply for it, you can't get to a job coach. So you've got to be able to do this yourself. So the other thing that I like about it is that it helps you help yourself. So, I'm really big on not giving a man a fish, but teaching a man a fish. And with ChatGPT, you can do just that. ChatGPT can process information very, very quickly so that you get near instant answers to whatever question you have. And it can even provide personalized job recommendations based on your qualifications and preferences, which can help you discover new job opportunities that you may not have even thought of. It also will help you use online job boards and optimize your job search to help you find relevant positions. So going back to a job search strategy of resume and cover letter, you can use it to generate ideas. I don't know about you, but how many times have you had to apply for a position and you had to tailor your resume and cover letter to that position, which you should be doing for every position so that it's not just a cookie cutter resume and cover letter that you're using. Have you ever had to do that and just were staring at a blank screen because your mind went blank, you can't figure out what to say, you don't want to say the same old thing over and over again? Well, ChatGPT can help you. And this is the process that you can use. And this is really simplified, but basically you're going to copy and paste your resume into the ChatGPT question box, which I'll show you hopefully at the end. And then you'll paste the job posting also into ChatGPT, and then you'll ask it to suggest resume revisions based on the posting. And it's crazy fast how fast it does this. And then you can also ask ChatGPT to draft a cover letter based on your resume and the posting. So what it will do is help you stand out from the rest of the job seekers who may be applying for this position. I think I read somewhere recently that there's over 12 people for one position being applied for. And I think on LinkedIn, it goes even higher than that. So you want to be able to stand out from the crowd. And ChatGPT can help you with this. One of the big things that job coaches help with is that feedback and suggestions and how to highlight your skills on your job application, resumes, and cover letter. Well, you can get that instantaneously from ChatGPT. So again, it's a 24/7 job coach that you can use to help you. And I've also used it if there is a term in a job posting that I'm not familiar with, because maybe it's germane to that particular industry. It can help you understand that too, rather than just, looking it up on dictionary.com and finding out what it means. It can actually give you more in-depth information about it. I'm going to try this. So we're going to have our fingers crossed that this is going to work.
All right, here's 3 ways you're going to save a bunch of time in your job search by using ChatGPT. First way is when you're writing resume work achievements. Give it this prompt right here, then copy the responsibility section of a job description into the tool, let it work, and then copy those results back to your resume. Up next is writing your professional summary. Give the tool this prompt right here, then take your resume, copy it in, let it work, and then copy those results back to your resume. But best of all is having it write us an entire cover letter. Give ChatGPT this prompt right here, then copy your resume.
So as you can see, that was really quick. And TLHQ has a lot of great videos and shorts on ChatGPT, and I will send out the links to that after the webinar is over. But I wanted to show you how quickly ChatGPT works. So one of the things that Tailored for Success focuses on is interview preparation and interview coaching. And with ChatGPT, you've got your own personal interview coach there. And you really need to focus on preparing for an interview, not just going in cold. And ChatGPT can help you by simulating questions and interview scenarios that can help you. So if you look at this here, if you're looking for common interview questions and practice responses, ChatGPT can provide you with a list of common interview questions based on the industry, which is really important, the job role and the level that you might be applying for. It can also help you familiarize yourself with types of questions you might encounter during the interview. Those tricky behavioral questions, industry-specific questions, are the types of questions that this is really, really good for. And you can, again, put in the question in ChatGPT and you can say, I'm going to answer this question this way, and it can suggest better ways for you to answer it. Now, you're not going to want to memorize the responses because you don't want to sound robotic, right? But it can give you some ideas to get you started so that you can sound more natural. It can also help with company research that goes beyond just looking at the company website, its mission, its vision, the job posting. It can really go deep with you on company research. People also have questions with, at the end of the interview, every interviewer asks, well, do you have any questions for me, right? So you've got to come up with some intelligent sounding questions, even though you don't think you have any questions. Well, again, this is where ChatGPT can help you because it can help you with those follow-up questions. Again, based on the job posting and based on your resume. What it can also help with is sending a thank you email afterwards based on how the interview went. So it's a valuable tool to use, but again, remember, it's really important to remember that it is a tool and to practice with real people also. So don't just practice using ChatGPT, grab a friend and practice your interview questions with real people also, because that's a simulation that ChatGPT can't do. I mean, it's never going to replace a human. So always remember just to use this as a tool to help you get prepared, but also to make sure that you're practicing with real people. Get some feedback from your peers or other professionals. Conduct mock interviews with friends and take advantage of any other resources that you can. In terms of LinkedIn updates, I think it's really good. I think, preparing your profile for LinkedIn is really difficult sometimes, especially if you've been out of the workforce for a while or you're transitioning over to another industry that you may not have been familiar with. ChatGPT can help you with that. And these are the ways that it can help. ChatGPT can help with your LinkedIn profile to optimize it for the most readability by employers and catching employers' attention. It can help you with optimizing keywords. It can help you with your about section, which is, always difficult. It's how do you summarize yourself in a little paragraph at the top that would really encompass all of your experiences. Also, it will help you with your experiences and how you can relay that to an employer who would be looking at your LinkedIn profile. So You want to make sure that you're not just listing your experience on your LinkedIn profile, but that you're optimizing, talking about your experience, and maybe putting things in quantifiable forms. So not just saying, I helped with customer service, but maybe something where, I increased customer service satisfaction by 98% when I worked at this company, something like that. It can also help you with skill endorsements. When you have a LinkedIn profile, you should be asking people to endorse your skills. And oftentimes they have a hard time figuring out what to say. And the best way to get skill endorsements is for you to draft something and then they can, copy and paste it and put that in. Well, ChatGPT can help with that too. And also with networking and connection building. It's really good, especially if you're not good with networking strategies, connecting with industry professionals, you're not sure what to say. If you want to join a specific group and engage in discussions, ChatGPT can help you with that. So it can help provide tips on building meaningful connections and expanding your professional network. It's always important when you are connecting and networking on LinkedIn to build relationships and not just connect with people. I get requests for connections all the time. I don't always connect with people just because they say they want to connect with me. I have to know that it's going to be a meaningful connection for me. And also, I will also get connection requests where people, you can tell they're just sending out blanket requests. They haven't read my LinkedIn profile. There's no rhyme or reason why they even contacted me. So I'm not going to connect with them just so that they can build their connections to over 500, over 1,000, or whatever they're trying to do. So, it's just something to keep in mind. That ChatGPT can help. Your LinkedIn profile is just so important to you as a job seeker, because that's the first place that recruiters are going to look. So you've got to be able to highlight all of your skills and achievements in that profile and show the employer your unique selling points and why you should be chosen for this position, or at least offered an interview, which is really what the goal of it is. Okay. So I know that was pretty quick and dirty, but I want to talk a little bit about the bonus tip that I wanted to give you. A lot of times I get questions on personal branding, and ChatGPT can help you with that. It can help you identify that unique selling proposition that you have that I talked about earlier. It's really hard, I think, to sell yourself to other people. I think we tend to underestimate our value. But with artificial intelligence, there's no ulterior motive here. It's just looking at the information that you put in and then coming up with points about you, your background, your education, whatever that is unique to you that would be different from another job seeker. So if you're working on your personal branding, whether it's making sure that you're staying consistent across your LinkedIn profile, your social media profiles, your resume, cover letter, whatever it is, ChatGPT can definitely help you with that. The other tip is that ChatGPT can also help with career guidance. So if you are a person that is thinking of making a career switch and you're not sure where to go, you're not sure how to start, ChatGPT can help with that. It can recommend maybe some self-assessments that you could take. And then what you can do is really go deep with it and have it outline a career plan for you to switch industries. So, if you've been in the technical writing industry field for a while and you want to switch to something more creative in terms of writing, it can help you put together a plan so that you can gain the experience and achieve that career goal that you want. And so, and again, it's 24/7. So, whenever you can carve out time to do it, it's there, it's ready to work with you. And what it also does, which I don't think I mentioned before, is that it saves every search that you put in. So when I first started using ChatGPT, I thought I had to print everything and was killing trees left and right. But then I realized that every question that I asked, it was grouping it by topic and saving it. So it's all attached to the profile that I set up. So that's another really, really good feature of it, that if you got some career guidance, but then forgot specifically what it was about or needed some more information, you can just put in that question again and ask ChatGPT to go even deeper with it. So I think it's really, really helpful. Okay, so I'm going to try to go live now, so please cross your fingers for me. I am going to, first of all, stop the recording.